we're live.
And
Hello.
we're live. Sparkle fingers. Hello,
Sorry, I
Paco.
was just...
Hello, Mika.
Hello.
I love that Paco is like first.
Because
I do that. I still do that.
Didn't you
Remember
do
when
it
that
on
was
your...
a big deal to be first in the comment section?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First. I was like, yeah, I'm never getting there first. Even when I get notified, I still never get there first. I'm just... Yeah.
Womp womp.
Womp, womp, womp. They've kept the fan in the living room today. When I want it in here, right next to me.
I could use a little fan to blow on me because it is humid here, and I am sweating.
Yeah,
even though I'm just like sitting here.
What? Mute yourself. I too am a little bit moist. See, I don't hate that word.
Oh, I don't hate it either. It doesn't bother me. I'm just bleh at the idea of being moist.
Yeah, fair. So, today we're here to talk about this book.
Still have it on my Kindle.
I have many notes on the book.
Oh wow!
I actually took a lot of notes this time. There's shush you. And there's another couple of pages too.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Mainly, but to be fair, a lot of it's just my thoughts going it. Everyone's so racist. I hate it. Hit them. I hate them. So yeah.
Yeah. No, my loan's gone back to the library, so I cannot pull it up.
Oh no.
Oh well.
Warm.
I'm sorry. I needed to charge my Kindle anyway.
So
buttons.
Star ratings. I gave it a 4 out of 5, I think.
Wrong book. Hang on. Where's my... There it is.
If Paco and Mika have read it,
5.
What did you give it? You give it a 5?
Yep, gave it a 5. Thought it was fantastic.
And also, has anyone actually read the original? I've seen the movie.
Oh, Carrie?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't watched. I've watched the movie, but I haven't read Carrie. At all.
Yeah, this way better. Way better.
To be fair, I was hybrid reading it last night, just getting the last couple of chapters in, and Chris was just like, "It sounds like a bad retelling of Carrie," and I'm like, "It's not a bad retelling of Carrie.
It's an excellent retelling of Carrie.
For a start, there's black people in it,
right?
Because yeah, we all know Stephen King doesn't really like to put people of color in his writing, especially in the early days.
Yeah.
And if it did, there were always the bad
N-words.
guy.
Well, not always, because like in The Shining, there was a black main character, secondary character in The Shining.
Yeah, there's never. I don't think he's ever done a black.
No, never done a black
character.
Man. Oh no, never. That being said, I wouldn't want him to. I don't think he could do it justice.
True, and to be fair, this book deals a lot heavily with racism and stuff, and I feel as a translucent white person, thoroughly unqualified enough to talk about the level of racism that is in this book, and I'm just angry that it happens a lot. I don't like it.
Welcome to the post-war South.
5 stars for Paco. I've read Carrie. This is extremely close, but the social commentary and the poignant portrayal of racism. Yes, very true.
Yes, absolutely.
I think when I was reading it on Amy McCall's Sprints, we were talking about it, and I'm just like, I'd like not started the book yet. Well, I think I'd got like 3 chapters in, so just it was all like kind of set up and just getting to know like the characters and things. And as I was on the sprints, because like I'm reading it, and I think you can see my face changing as I'm like reading it, and I'm just like
all over. You're going on face journeys reading this book,
pretty much. And then shit, like check in when you've done reading sprints, like, you know, how did you do? What do you feel? And I'm just like, it's 2014 and they're having segregated proms.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, no. The audiobook was good. I really enjoyed the audiobook because I hybrid read it like later on last night just so I could make sure that I got it finished. And I did like the back and forth between like the news / podcast and the actual story. Oh, I'm sweating. So hot in here.
I'm not going to meet my goal of listening to 3 audiobooks this year. I'm just not. It's not going to happen.
You're not going to listen to 3 audiobooks this year?
It's July and I have yet to listen to 1.
You can do it. You've got half the year left. Yes, the audio is great. True. You've got 6 months left. You can do it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Warm.
Yes, it is quite warm.
So, does anybody else have any thoughts about this book before I read my commentary of jumble of notes that are all just going to be fucking racist bitches? Pretty much.
I found it very interesting that at no point does anyone actually refer to the prom as integrated. They call it the altogether prom. Nobody ever uses the word integrated. They're very carefully avoiding that word. And I think that was on purpose.
Yeah. Because it's like this, it wasn't that they'd taken, what is it? Because it was white prom and black prom. And they didn't change white prom, they changed black prom to the altogether prom. And they still had the white prom. Yep. I was like, seriously?
Yep. Well, that's the thing. That's how it works in the South. For example, when they integrated the deaf school in Tennessee, they had a white deaf school and a black deaf school. And when they integrated the deaf school, instead, they didn't take the white kids and put them at the black school. They took the black kids and moved them to the white school.
Well, yeah.
You know, because that's how they do. They destroy Black history.
Yeah. I mean, I think also, Maddie is definitely a sheltered character, just like Carrie was in the original. But her being sheltered to the point of like even her dad's like, you know, no, you're not even going to learn Black people history, at all. And she's just been fed a bunch of freaking lies to the point of when like the teacher finds her in the room later on throughout the book, and she's like, yeah, let me show you something. It wasn't just people sitting there and praying. And then she like, you know, showed her all the Black people getting like, you know, beat up and the riots and all the things. It's just like, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Very true.
We can't acknowledge that. Nope. Cannot acknowledge that. Oh yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this book.
I mean,
a lot.
Yeah, I mean, make it agrees. Even the initial thing where like she gets her hair wet because like, you know, she didn't know that it was going to rain. The weather report said it wasn't going to rain. She gets caught in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then her hair just, you know, does the thing. And how everyone just is like, oh my God, she's black. And it's got to be difficult to be white passing as it is. I mean, especially if you are in like a full, like, you know, black household and stuff, and yet you're the one that's like, you know, not as tan as everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think being white passing has a whole other set of issues.
Oh yeah,
that are along with it. And like I said, I'm personally not equipped to talk about it properly. And for any people of color that do watch this, you know, don't mean to offend if I do, but you know, please feel free to put me to rights. But I honestly don't mean to offend. I thought it was interesting that the book was set pre-Trump era. Yeah. I mean, when was this book published?
2022. 2022.
I know you said 2022. I'm just checking. Yeah, 2022.
Yeah, I just pulled it up.
So it was definitely published pre-Trump era, but
post-Trump era.
It was published post, but set pre. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Words
and yes,
fail.
Paco, I think that is interesting as well.
You
know, because especially given that what we had before Trump was Obama, and everybody said, oh, there's no more racism now because Obama's the president. So now there's no more racism. Racism is over. We had a black president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
No.
It's like when people turn around and say, I'm not racist, I've got black friends. It's like that does not make you not racist.
Tell me about it. Yeah, 2014.
Yeah, I mean, one of the second comments that I've got, I was like, why are they going through her file to check on her ethnicity? It's 2014. It's like, what right of the school got to go through to check her ethnicity? What business is it of theirs to do that?
Well, it is the South. The thing about, now I was born and raised in the South, and I have lived in the South all my life. There was nothing in this book that to me was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, obviously the magic part, but there was nothing, there was nothing in this book that to me, I could not see happening in the year of Beyonce 2023. I could absolutely see it. Every piece of it, I could see it. Yeah. Every
Kenny's
piece.
sister doesn't see that Maddie's also struggled because she's confronted with such cruel, blatant racism. Yeah. And it's like, even with, it's like, I've got a quote, I've got stuff in here to like talk about with like how Kenny's black, but he is seen as like, you know, the superstar of the sport, so therefore he gets a pass. They don't see color in that aspect because, you know, they're helping, Kenny's helping them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Definitely.
Yep. Hey, Kenny.
Hi, Kenny.
Speaking of Kenny.
Someone said my name. Different Kenny.
Yeah, wrong Kenny. But,
have you read The Weight of Blood, Kenny? Have you joined us? If you have, what did you think? Christopher, bringing me more beverage.
Yay.
There you go. Thank you.
Yay, beverage.
With ice.
Yay.
Ice.
Yeah, my ice maker's been broken, so I feel you.
See, we don't have an ice maker. We have ice cube trays.
Mm.
We don't have that kind of posh fridge. I just wanted to get the revenge.
Right?
Yep. See, we'll get to the whole revenge bit a little bit later on.
Yep. Even though he is a superstar, he can't possibly be smart.
Yep.
I don't know how much of that is racism and how much of it is he's a jock and jocks are all stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's elements of both of that.
Both. Definitely both in there.
There's elements of both of that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's most definitely, it's not a question of, is this racist or not racist? It's definitely at least partly racist.
Mm-hmm.
So. Mm-hmm.
See, yeah. I've also got like.
I was too.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be difficult for someone that's in that position also, because I mean, obviously they're not getting the racism thrown at them, so they're just kind of like his dad says, keep your head down and like just do what you got to do. But
yeah.
So obviously Kenny feels like segregated from the black people, including his sister at school, because Kenny's group of friends, and I use air quotes here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not technically racist towards him, but they're outwardly racist towards others.
Yeah, well, he's different.
Mm.
Yeah, he's not like those other ones. He's different.
Yeah, because he's helping them. He's on their side. Mm-hmm. And it's like it felt true with the same with Wendy. I mean, how she didn't want to be racist, but yet she never stood up and called anyone out on it either.
Right.
Until it was like blatant freaking blackface.
Mm-hmm.
And how many times would you have liked to have jumped in the book and bitch slap Jules?
Oh my God. And the fact that she never even as an adult in the later timeline, she never accepted responsibility for her own actions.
Mm-hmm.
She never once did she accept responsibility for her own actions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was all Maddie's fault. Maddie. It was all Maddie's fault. But Maddie didn't make you get up there and put on blackface. Maddie didn't force you to do that.
Maddie didn't force you to start picking on her when she first went to school.
Right.
That is not Maddie's issue. That's you being a little bitch.
Yep.
And wanting to make fun of someone else to make you feel bigger than you are.
Yep.
Maddie literally did nothing to you at any point throughout this.
Yep. But it's all Maddie's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I am so pissed off with how she survived.
Yeah, she needed to have not survived.
And I'm like, yeah, she lost an arm, but I really don't care.
Yeah.
She should have lost more than an arm. She should have got 3rd-degree burns across her entire face.
That could have been nice. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you can, I've got notes saying that clearly Jules has learnt this behaviour from her mother, because when her mother turned up and she was just like, those people, ooh,
yeah,
so angry. Yeah, but she won't.
Yeah, that's the problem that I have. It would be one thing if she accepted responsibility for her own actions and felt guilt, but she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's not, the revenge is not complete to me.
Mm-mm. Me either, because she's clearly not learned anything. And it's like, you know, she lost her arm, and it's like, yeah, because, you know, it was Maddie's fault that she lost her arm. Maddie did it. It's like, technically, yes, but you pushed her to that point.
Okay, why did you hate Wendy more?
Mm-hmm.
I must know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Exactly. Yeah, I would much rather have had the teacher survive.
Yes.
But I think the teacher died in Carrie too.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think only Wendy's character survived in the original.
Yeah.
Because she was an accomplice or complicit.
Yeah, complicit.
I think it took her the entirety of the book. I mean, even the whole like asking Kenny to ask Maddie to the prom, that wasn't for selfish actions. That was selfish actions.
Yeah.
It wasn't selfless. It's
Yeah.
like even when she had the whole idea of the all together prom,
Yeah.
that was also selfish reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until the very end of the book where she was like, no, I need to do something that's actually for someone else and has no bearing on me whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She very definitely saw herself as an ally.
Mm.
And
it took the entire book for her to realize that she wasn't.
Face.
So that again.
She also has a punchable face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only person in this book that doesn't have a punchable face is Kira, Kenny's sister. I think she's the only one in this thing that doesn't really have a punchable face. Because when she was getting bullied and getting racism thrown at her, she never said anything to Kenny, even though it was his friends, because she probably thought, well, he's not going to believe me, he's going to believe his friends.
Yeah.
And she made a whole black student union thing to try and actually bring these racist issues to light, because, it's tradition.
Yeah.
It's just getting away with everything.
Mm-hmm. It's heritage, not hate. You don't understand.
Mm. Yeah, okay, yeah. Totally.
Right. That's actually a thing people say.
Yeah, it's the way we've always done it. It's tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right then.
Yep. Like I said, as somebody who has been in the South all my life, there was nothing in this book that I didn't feel like could happen today. Up to and including the segregated proms.
Do you know, a part of it that also pissed me off even more was like they have the segregated proms, and then we find out later that the prom's the only thing that's segregated. They have the other dances. They have the whole where is it? I wrote it down. I did. Yeah, they have the Spring Fling, Homecoming, Sadie Hawkins. All of those are integrated. I said that wrong, but my mouth's full of saliva right now. So all of those are integrated. I can't say it anymore.
Integrated.
That's the one. Integrated. I'm adding an extra T, and that's not something we do in Yorkshire. Tradition, as long as it benefits them.
Yeah.
So they have all those dances, and I'm guessing the only reason why they're all inclusive is because they would have had those dances at the school.
Yeah.
And the prom is held at the country club, where,
which is still white.
Must be white to enter.
Yeah.
Oh. It's
Mhm.
like I had to, when I was reading it, and I was like I checked the date, and I was like, but this is 2014.
Mhm.
And it's like, I understand racism still goes on to this day. Just, which is vexing on a whole level.
Mhm.
But this level of it, and I mean, to be fair, I think with Trump America, that just goes to show that we're not as far along as we would like to be.
Mm.
Because as soon as someone kind of gave them the right or the nod to be a racist piece of shit, they were.
Yep.
And that is really upsetting and angering to me. Anyway, back to the book. Yeah, I was like, I can't believe how racist Maddie's father is. I can't believe he had sex with a black woman.
Right?
It's like, what? I don't even know what I'm saying here. Why the hell does Kenny have to explain anything? He's done nothing wrong in this situation. Oh, yeah, when the doctors did the whole report and stuff of Maddie, and it's like, no signs of abuse. I was like, no signs of abuse, my ass.
Yeah.
Also, when she finally found the book that her mum had left, and she got left all these cryptic poetry lessons,
Right.
I'm like, why? Just say what you mean to say.
It's true.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything because I'm not American, so
it's true.
Yeah.
Yep. He made it okay to be racist out loud again.
Shouldn't be racist in the first place, but you know. People gonna be assholes. Another random comment. I've never seen Leave It to Beaver.
You're not missing much.
Don't know what that show is about at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another part of this book. It's like, you know, nature versus nurture. If he would have taught, well, because spoilers, whatever. To the end of the book, we get the revelation that the telekinesis and magic didn't come from her mum. It came from her dad's side. So obviously, her dad went through all this crap with his mum. So it's like, it would have made sense for her father to be like, yeah, I can see that, like, you know, you've got these powers, like, you know, it skipped a generation. And, you know, instead of closing her off and shutting her down and being like, no, you've got to be, you even though you're half black, you've got to be whiter than white. And, you know, it would have made more sense for her to be, well, for him to be nurturing in that situation and being helpful, and then she may not have gone off at the deep end. Hi, Ashton. Hello. It's one of my gaming friends. I doubt that you've read The Weight of Blood. Did you just pop in to say hi? Cool with that. So yeah. Mika, Didn't expect that twist.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
I have a question.
Yes.
Towards the end of the book, in the
Yes.
podcast thing, when they were interviewing Wendy, and they asked her who, and I can't remember the mother's name. They asked her who that was. How the hell did they know?
They did state it.
Yeah, but how did the podcast people know it?
Because the person that her dad ended up sleeping with was maid to his mother.
Yeah, I know that, but I want to know how the podcast people knew about her.
They would have done some research on it, clearly.
Because, and the reason I say this is because nobody knew who she was until Wendy and Maddie found the letter from the mother in the closet of the house that subsequently burned down. Okay. So the only two people who knew who the mother's name was Maddie and Wendy.
Yeah. But the thing is that even though they did say about it, it was speculation. It wasn't, oh, well, this has to be Maddie's mother.
No, but I want to know how the podcast people found out that woman's name.
Because they would have done research.
Yeah, but how the hell would they have come up with that name?
Well, she would have been paid. She would have been paid to be a carer for his mum.
And?
So they would have, like, well, this is the only black person that has been in her dad's vicinity. So maybe?
It doesn't jibe for me. That's the only thing that didn't work for me.
It made sense to me because it feels like they did a lot of research throughout this whole thing, throughout the podcast thing. Did have a note, page 63, 64. Yeah, it's like, how does having a black hairstyle and a BLBP t-shirt throw it, like, make folks, like, put it in the faces that you're black? What is it? No, the hair, the t-shirt, everybody knows you're black. You don't gotta remind folks all the time. It makes people uncomfortable. And that's Kenny to Callie.
Sure.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, okay. True. That also makes sense with the whole rumor mill of a small town. Yeah. Yeah. How is that my problem?
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, how, right? Being a black person and wearing a BLBP t-shirt, how is that putting your blackness, your colour more in someone's face? You just wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me.
Well, it's being militant, don't you know? Which is just another word for uppity.
Well, is this t-shirt considered militant? I'm not antisocial. I'm anti-idiot.
I love it. No, but the point of the shirt is that it advertises the black club.
How is Black Lives Mattering being a club, and Black Pride a club?
Wasn't it? What didn't she start a club that was just for black kids?
Yeah, but the BLBP is but that's not their club. That's just
Oh, okay. All right. I couldn't remember exactly what it. The point is,
yeah, I know what you're saying. It's just the whole. It's just annoying.
I know
Yeah,
it is,
my
but
skin color already does that. So
yeah,
what's the point?
exactly. What's the
Yeah.
point?
Mm. Trump's a whole new
Yeah.
he's had too much spotlight in this live show, in my opinion. Twat. Oh, um,
It's the same thing about people wearing gay pride flags and things like that. Oh, you don't have to shove it in my face. Why not? You shove your straight marriage in people's faces all the time.
mm-hmm.
You know, you
It's
get to talk about
PDA.
your husband.
People PDAing everywhere.
Gay everywhere. Yep.
It's like I I've always stood by. It's like you're the person. You're the only one that can control how offended you get at something.
Which is
It's like,
bullshit.
well, no, I mean,
No, that's bullshit.
what do you mean?
It's totally bullshit. If I could control how offended I got by things, then I could just say, oh well, I'm not offended by a transphobe. You know, somebody could say, you know, horrible things about trans people, and
No,
I have to just be like, oh well, it's whatever, because I control how offended I get. No, that's bullshit. That's
I don't mean it on that scale. I mean,
But that's
like,
what it means.
okay, fair enough. I think it's more of a case. I was trying to like use it in the case of like, you know, Karen's being extremely offended, and it's like, yes, you're offended. What is you being offended doing? It's like you're being offended that, like, you know, a black person's moved into a white neighborhood. It's like,
Oh,
yes.
that's not offended. That's just pissed off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's different. That's not being offended. That's being mad that your white privilege is being infringed upon.
Like I said, I think I can't say anything on white privilege because, you know, I'm white. Clearly, I've got white privilege.
Oh yeah. Doesn't mean you can't speak against it.
Well, true. I'm just not very articulate.
It happens. Happens to the best of us.
Right. So I did like the little nod to Stephen King with them saying, well, Stephen King made up the term pyrokinesis in his book Firestarter. And I was just like, hey, I like it. Yeah. Jesus, now the teacher is having a pop at Kenny, basically saying he didn't write the English paper. What the fuck? What an asshole. Some kids are just evil.
Yep.
Obviously, the entitled bitch, brackets Jules, thinks it's Maddie's fault for her actions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's right about them being she's right about them being hypocrites. I think that was what I was talking about Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Wendy's not even selfless in all of this. Oh yeah, wow. Kenny's thoughts went 0 to 60 about marrying Maddie.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
kind of
that
just
was
went
very quick.
yeah.
Yeah, that was very quick.
I just asked questions. Is that on top
Yep.
of? Okay. Also, the whole thing about her dad knowing that Maddie had this gift and that he'd left her to drown in the bathtub,
Mm-hmm.
and like, you know, they'd done something else that put her in danger, and I'm just like, how can you kill an innocent child?
Yeah.
or even put an innocent child in that kind of thing.
Well, look what else he did to that innocent child. So, you know.
Well, yeah, but it's sick that he thought he was doing right.
Yes, it's absolutely sick. It's disgusting.
But clearly he thought he was doing right at that point, which we all know he wasn't. If I mean someone who has a problem with me or finding something, I just ask questions. Okay. So, yeah, it was pretty insta love. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how they could magically, like, feel each other.
Yeah.
Like, when he was like, oh, Kenny's outside. Oh. Normally, I lose steam because they don't want to explain themselves. Yeah. Yeah, that happens quite a lot.
Yeah. I did that with my cousin, and it infuriated her because she's a homophobe. And I just kept asking her over and over, because this was right after gay marriage was legalized.
Mm.
She was all like, "Oh, it infringes on my religion." And I was like, "How?" Well, it just does. It just infringes on my religion. And I was like, "Okay, so if I want to marry her," there was another girl who was sitting there, and I was like, "If I want to marry her, how does that affect you?"
Mm-hmm.
It infringes on my religion. How?
No, it doesn't. It's not in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
It's like I think I
But,
sent.
it made her mad because I kept demanding her to tell me how.
Mm-hmm. I think there was going back to the whole pride thing, and people being annoyed at that. So I sent a TikTok around, and this is why I say you should get TikToks, because it's just easy for me to send TikToks. But I'm sure the content, the videos on Instagram as well now. But it was basically this woman going around Target, saying that, like, they've got pride shirts for babies, and it's just then like, they're making the children gay, and it's like, how? It's a toddler.
Yeah.
It's like the child just sees rainbows. The child just sees colors.
Yep.
Mm.
They're making the fucking frogs gay.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
The things that people choose to get angry about is ridiculous. It's like, get angry about governments.
Yeah.
Like telling women, telling the government, telling women that what they have to, having rights over their own body.
Yeah.
Like a government dictating what a woman can do with their body.
Mm-hmm.
Be angry at governments like shutting down drag shows.
Yeah.
Be angry at governments taking all your fucking money. Don't be angry at a freaking Pride t-shirt or a Black Lives Matter t-shirt.
Well, the point is divide and conquer. The upper class, the ruling echelon, knows that if they can divide the lower classes over stupid crap like these culture wars, then it will prevent people from unionizing isn't the word I'm looking for, but like basically
coming together and facing the real problem.
Exactly. Exactly. So they do this on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do it on purpose. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Back to the book. Back to the book. Back to the book. Yeah. I want. It's that hair. Where did I say it? So, before the massacre happened, it's like, anyone else wanting an especially gruesome death for Jules? then on the next page, Jules only loses an arm. What the fuck?
Yeah. What the fuck?
What the fuck? The two uncles thing that was thrown in right at the end. Like, two uncles came to the house looking for Maddie and things. I'm like, two uncles? What?
Yeah,
That's
no.
never been mentioned before.
Yeah,
Huh?
they were probably government people.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like just like with hatred and racism, it's like it's a learned frickin' behavior. I said this on Amy Sprints. It's like children, you see children in schools playing all colours, all religions. The children don't care. They just see another child.
Yep.
All the racism and bigotry and all the other crap is learned behavior. And it's disgusting. And it needs to stop. Now, let's get to how the book ended. Because clearly it left it open that Maddie's alive, and then Kenny is also alive, and that Kenny and Maddie are off, staying with her mum, and happily ever after.
Yeah.
They left it open-ended, which I like. It was fun, but would you have liked an extra epilogue of them in the past, or did you like it where it was?
I liked it right where it was. I feel like it needed that ambiguous ending.
Mm-hmm.
And an epilogue would have felt too much like because horror books don't end with happily ever afters.
Oh yeah.
So, I feel like it would have been too Disney-fied if we'd have gotten that wrapped up in a neat little bow.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have wanted to see that.
I would have liked, 5 years later, and then just Jules just like, spontaneously combusting for nowhere, out of nowhere. That would have. I would have really enjoyed that though.
And sometime later, Jules lost both of her legs and continued to blame Maddie, even though it had nothing to do with
her. I want more bloodbath. The bloodlust.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it was pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
There was brains and guts and severed heads and decapitations and limbs abound. But yeah. I mean, it's like, like in The Craft where Rochelle does that spell and the popular girls, like all her hair falls out. It's like, yeah, can't we have something like that happening, please?
Yeah, more bad things need to happen to Jules.
Yeah. She should have not got away with just losing an arm, in my opinion, because she's learned nothing from this.
Exactly.
At all.
Exactly. That is true.
Mm-hmm. I think the insta love and the gore went from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
But to be fair, just like with Carrie and like with this, Maddie had just been taking the abuse constantly. And it's not like she got a reprieve when she got home either.
Mm-mm.
She was getting it from her father as well.
Mm-hmm. When you reach that breaking point, it just goes.
Mm-hmm. And I have had that breaking point once in my life. Not to the magical extent, but I did break a guy's ribs, and I got kicked out of jiu-jitsu for it. The guy I was the only girl in the class, and week after week after week, this guy who was a brown belt, by the way. He was a brown belt. I was a white belt. I was starting out. And he was just like, yeah, you're a girl. Girls can't do anything. You're a girl. It's just constantly belittling me because I was a girl. And I'm just like, and then I just ended up snapping and beating the shit out of him. And it's like, Yes, you may know more jujitsu than me, but I still broke your ribs. Oh no, I can't come back to jujitsu anymore.
Uh-oh.
Oh well. My dad went and bought me fish and chips after it. He was just like, "You won. It was fair. Did he deserve it? Yep. That's how we do."
Yep.
The Trees by Percival Everett. I would. I think that's something I may have to look up. Yeah, Kenny, you and my friend Sharon need to get together because she absolutely loves horror as well. The Trees by Percival Everett. Anyone got there yet?
Got where?
The Trees by Percival Everett.
Yeah, I was just reading about it. Yeah, I'm adding that to my want to read list.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Right, so Percival Everett's The Trees is a page turner that opens with a series of brutal murders in a rural town of Money, Mississippi. Okay, what a name. When a pair of detectives from Mississippi Bureau of Investigation arrive and they meet expected resistance from the local sheriff, his deputy, the coroner, and a string of racist white townfolk. See, it sounds like it's something I want to read, but it's also another one that's going to make me angry, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The murders present as a puzzle. For each crime, there is a second dead body, that of a man who resembles Emmett Till. The detectives suspect the killings. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. Again, it's going to be another one that makes me angry. Oh! It's so dark and so hilarious. Okay. No, this one you'll be laughing. Right, okay. Okay, well, what's this? Lots of horrible people meeting. They're just endings.
I like that.
A lot of people exploding. I love people. Don't say that, Kenny, or I'm already melting. It's too warm in this house. It's dark and hilarious, and you will be laughing. Okay. Fair enough. It's still going on the list. Right. So, we've talked about the book. We've brought it all to the end. Anybody got anything else to say? Kenny is asking what our next book is. It's in the Discord, but it is A Psalm for the Wild Built. I only have a picture right now because I don't have it physically because I'm going to buy it on my Kindle. But I need to get paid first. You gotta love that little window before payday where you've got to make everything stretch.
Yep. I'm in that window. I just got paid and I'm already in that window.
So, Sound for the Wild Built. It is on the Goodreads page and it is in the Discord.
And the new poll is also up.
In both. Ooh. Oh, and then I got a cut of Silver and Flames, right?
No, it's not Silver and Flames, it's Silver Flame.
I understand that, but the other one is Akfas, and that's a cut of Frost and Starlight. So I think it's that's the closest one.
Okay.
I know it's Silver Flames, but Kenny might not know it. He might just think it's still and flames. Basically, did you get the fourth one, the big honking orange one? Because I did put in the Discord that we are reading the novella and the fourth one together over the course of July and August. Because the novella doesn't need 1 month because it's tiny. And the fourth book is a chonker, and I think it'd need more than a month.
It's up against 3 Nora Roberts.
I don't know where my copy is. A whole stack of books has just disappeared. The Poppy War, A Court of Silver Flames, graphic novel about dungeon kitties or something. Yeah, an entire stack of books have just disappeared. Don't know where they are. I will find them. And it's not like they're like, small books or, one's bright frickin' orange. So, anyway, how is everyone? Kenny, where were you in sprints this afternoon?
Kenny probably had shit to do. I always assume if somebody's not there, they had shit to do.
Yeah.
Because it is a Saturday, and people do have shit to do on Saturdays.
Not me. I literally have to put. She was out shopping.
Shit to do.
Yeah, I put with my mum for the morning, and then I get to go away and read or nap, whichever one. Errand day. At least it was a little cooler to be out doing errands and things today.
Ugh. It was 92 degrees here.
It was 16 here, but that's Celsius. Yes, it is midnight for you. It's 11 for me.
Oh, that's 60 degrees? I don't even want to hear it out of you.
Yeah, but we're not
chilly for me.
Yeah, we're not used to the heat.
That's not like,
heat. It is for us. And to be fair, it's not heat. It was cool, but it was it's muggy because it's been raining and it's not. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, you got some wind. How nice of you. How nice for you. We get no wind. No wind. Is that you saying nicely that you're gonna go to bed, Mika? Or Mika?
Yeah, I think she's going to bed.
Yeah.
Good night, Mika.
Good night. Thank you for coming. And thank you for talking. So you've set Jen off now. She's yawning.
I can't help it. I've been yawning all day. Been yawning my head off.
But yeah. So it's not technically been warm, but it's been bluff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's humid here too, but I mean, it's 92 and humid. I could take 60 and humid. I would love it. I would absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So, no, it's 92 here, and the humidity, when I looked at it earlier, the humidity was like 60%.
UK is just not built for the heat. I mean, we've got brick houses that are meant to keep the heat in because most of the time it's fucking cold. We even had we don't have aircon and our house is a bit built to keep in. We also had the government did this scheme a while ago about getting the elderly's getting roof insulation, looking after the elderly people, wanting to make sure that they were looked after, and heat was kept in the house to cut down costs on bills and things. And yet, the next summer we had a record-breaking heat wave, and old people They were just dropping like flies because the amount of heat that was in their house. They just couldn't get the heat out of the house.
Yeah.
It was terrible. So we just not built for it. Oh. But anyway, so many depressing topics today.
Right?
What's happening? Have you seen the new Sims horse pack? And I mean, I know it's for Sims 4, but
yeah, it came up on the EA app when I was logging in, and I was just like, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, horses have been like, people have wanted horses for like ever in
We've
the
had horses
Sims
in
world.
The Sims 3.
Pardon?
There's horses in The Sims 3.
Not rideable though.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I don't remember this. I remember like what the goth.
There's a whole expansion for it. Yeah, there's a whole expansion for it. You can train them to jump and to race and all kinds of stuff.
What was the Sims 3? Sims 3 Supernatural, was it?
That one was zombies and werewolves.
What, where you could be a witch?
Yeah, or witches. Zombies, werewolves, witches, fairies. No, the genies were there before. Zombies, werewolves, witches, fairies. I think that's it.
Because I played Sims 3 Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got Sims 4.
Yeah, it's hang on a minute, I'll tell you which one it was. Adventures, ambitions, late night generations. Pets. Sims 3 Pets.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where horses came in.
See, I never got pets. I don't even think I got pets in Sims 4. Don't get me wrong, I like pets.
They get on my nerve.
It's like when you have kids in the game. It's just like, why? Now I've got to take care
I
of you.
I like playing with the kids. I don't mind it. Some of the stuff that you can do with kids in Sims 3 is fun.
I think you can do more with the kids in Sims 4 now, but obviously,
yeah,
you will just never play Sims 4.
Nope.
What about Sims 5 if they ever do that? Or
It'll
are you
depend.
just?
It'll depend.
Okay.
I'm pretty sold on the Sims 3 though. So it'll depend if they ever come out with a Sims 5. It'll depend.
Yeah,
so I will let other people look at it before I buy it.
I have that with Final Fantasy. It's like Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah,
that is my game. That is where we stay. That is the perfect Final Fantasy game. It's beautiful. And after that, it's like I could have got behind Final Fantasy VIII, but I had to sit there and read the like massive companion book.
Right.
While my partner at the time played Final Fantasy VIII because he couldn't do it without me telling him where he needed to go and what he had to do. So I hate Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, I hate Final Fantasy VIII just for that. I tried Final Fantasy IX. I liked it, but it wasn't Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
And then everything else just got too much of complicated and too faffy and all the rest of it. I'm just like, no, let me just stick with the perfect game.
Right.
So I get where you are with no, The Sims 3.
Yeah, Sims 3 is...
Sims 3.
I sometimes play The Sims 2, not as often. I sometimes still play The Sims 2. But Sims 3, that's where it's at. I
mean, I've still got like The Sims 1. And I think I actually did make like a Buffy and Spike house.
Sorry, it's still not Buffy the Vampire Fucker. It's still not.
Buffy the Vampire Layer.
No.
Well, she did. She do.
Wrong show.
What is it? Rule 64 or 60 something? Rule 34, yeah. If it is made, there will be porn made of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we are watching Buffy now. Apparently, we're doing I am going to be doing a Buffy watch along on Discord.
Apparently so.
Apparently. Don't know when, but it'll happen.
We'll work it out.
34. Because, Kenny, you weren't in Sprints, but too many people have not seen Buffy.
There were a lot of people in Sprints that had not seen Buffy.
Way too many. It was uncomfortable.
Yeah, there was like 4 people that were like, I've never seen it. And I was like,
I was like, did we slip into like Bizarro World? Everyone. We too.
Oh, you guys are having a Buffy binge-a-thon?
Oh, cool. Or is that me too? You've not seen Buffy?
Yeah, no, he was there the whole time.
Yeah,
he showed up.
Spike came up in season 2.
Yeah.
He turned up, but Spike turned up in season 1 of Angel though.
Yeah.
And that is the best. That is the best model. I don't like Angel, but season 1, episode 3 or episode 4, watch it just for the monologue that Spike does. While he's stalking Angel and watching what Angel does.
I still like the puppet episode.
Yeah, Husband and Iron season 2.
Fan.
Oh, the little puppet man. No, but to be fair, I still quote that monologue. It's like, no, not the hair, never the hair. It's full of that Nancy Boy hair gel that I like to use too much. Quickly, to the Angel Mobile, away!
Yeah, no.
See, I think it's just funny that, like, Angel's true moment of bliss is just him nutting. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
It's like, in all that time of him being alive and being a vampire, he's never had a wank. I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah. And see, the thing that gets me about that is that, like, okay, I've said this before. I shipped Buffy and Giles. And you can say whatever you want. Angel was 200 plus years old.
Yeah, fair.
Spike was also 200 plus years old.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Giles
isn't a fucking vampire.
Giles is too good for Buffy.
At least he's not a fucking vampire.
Giles and Joyce, yes.
No.
Yes. Giles and Joyce, yes. Giles is way too good for Buffy. I would even go Giles and Willow. Before she had the revelation.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he's 200 plus years old. She's 16. Yeah. Give me a fucking break.
So, he was like 26 when he died. He was 26 when he died. All right, and then obviously it was Angelus for God knows, like a couple of years, 100 years or whatever. And then, then he gets like the gypsy curse. Even then, for 100 years, you're telling me that vampire has never had a wank. Just not plausible.
Nope. There's a lot about that show that just is not plausible, even within the framework of the show.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I think when the first time I watched like season 5 and Dawn just turned up at the end.
Oh, God.
Like the first episode, I was just like, what the? Did I miss? Because obviously it was that time where you had to watch a show 1 episode a week. It wasn't like, I'll just buy this now and binge it. So yeah.
Yep, there was no binging.
So it's like I even checked. I was like, no, in the TV guide where you look and it's like, no, this is season 5, episode 1. I've not missed anything. Who is this person? What? Why? And I had to you had to wait an entire week.
Yep.
What? But yeah,
Feels like Charmed.
I like Charmed.
I never watched it.
Really?
Never watched it.
I liked it.
Dawn and Connor are the worst. I hated Dawn. I still hate Dawn. I still, just everything about her. I fucking hate her.
I detest Connor. I absolutely hate it.
Okay, that's nasty.
No. Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. No. Don't agree with it.
Xander is the ultimate fuckboy. Like, fuck Xander. I wrote a paper one time about what a piece of shit Xander was.
Why? Enlighten me. Pardon? Well, yeah, but enlighten me. Yeah, but enlighten me.
You mean why is Xander such a fuckboy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's start with the fact that everything he does, he's obsessed with Buffy, right? And when he's 100% incel, what does he do when she turns him down? Think about when he asked her to prom.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I'm sorry, but I don't see you that way. You're my friend. I don't see you in a romantic way. And what is his response? Oh, I guess a guy has to be undead to make time with you.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you. He goes, yes, thank you. He is the ultimate nice guy. That was what I was looking for. He like everything that he does, he goes in, and he ruins her relationship with Riley.
Yeah, but to be fair, Riley.
Yeah, but it was also the possibility that they might have gotten back together. But he ruined that, and he did it on purpose. So, and even when he was with Anya, he was still obsessed with Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The ultimate nice guy is exactly right.
And when he was with Cordelia, he cheated on her with Willow.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. No, Xander is a shit character. No, I say that. He's not a shit character. He's a shit person. He's a good character, but his character is a shit person.
I don't know if I want to read the comics if Xander and Dawn get married and have a kid, because that's just wrong. Wrong, diddly wrong. Nope. I'm uncomfortable. That has made me just as uncomfortable as the amount of racism that was in The Weight of Blood. On a different level, but
kind of uncomfortable, but yeah.
Different kind of uncomfortable, but it's made me uncomfortable. Really, she is. Love Cordy. Angel ruined her.
Yeah. Well, Joss Whedon did it on purpose when Charisma Carpenter got pregnant. So, yeah, he did it deliberately.
Fucking man.
Joss Whedon, also shit person.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, this was supposed to be happy. We're just like, no!
Not with this book.
People just go to shit. Why are people assholes? Tell me that, Jen. Why?
I don't know, dude.
So, do we have anything else to talk about?
I think I've said everything about this book that I can say.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be about the book. I mean, to be fair, Chris is in the other room watching Formula One, so I'm happy to stay here and talk, but I can understand that you're just like, yeah, I'm out, dude. I've done enough for today.
I'm pretty close to going to bed early
Mm.
because it's only 5:15, but
Mm-hmm.
like I'm tired, and I could go upstairs and lay in bed and read fanfic on my phone.
Mm-hmm. On my Black Sun, or have you finished it, or are you just?
Yeah, I finished Black Sun. I finished Black Sun. It was good. It was real good. I enjoyed it. So
Mm-hmm.
I went ahead and checked out Fevered Star from the library because
Mm-hmm.
they had it and there was no wait time.
Yeah, that never happens.
Mm,
I'm surprised every time I go, because I've got on Libby, I've got the library, and I've also got listening books, which is
hmm
like a UK disabled person's book thing. And I check my library, or for whatever I want. It's always not available. Check
mm.
listening books, not available, and I'm just like, why? The Libby app sucks. It's like
Yeah,
it's
it's not so much the app as it is the fact that everything's always out.
mm,
So, and it depends on your library as to what their selection is and how many copies they have of each thing.
it kind of bugs me that it's digital though. It's like, but it's digital. You should
I
have
know, but
infinite
it's
copies.
really expensive for libraries to do digital copies.
Mm,
So they have to pay like licensing fees and shit like that, and they only want to let them have like one copy of a book for
mm,
X number of loans. And once they loan it out a certain number of times, then the digital copy expires and the library has to buy it again.
mm,
Even though a physical book never expires and you can loan it out until it falls apart.
mm.
But no, they get like, I think they get like either 6 or 10 loans and then they have to buy it again.
Weird.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
I think, Kenny, you're with me. The UK libraries suck. I mean, I don't know if you're on about your physical library or, you know, the library app, but it also feels like it's like it's like my library is going through a massive renovation right now.
Mhm.
So it's got a lot of things away and boxed up, so you can't access like half of what you want to access in the library itself. Um, and then the main library in Leeds, it's it's not got the stuff that I want. It's got a lot of um chick lit. I mean, I read chick lit, I read romance. That's fine, but you know, when I'm going to the library, I'm wanting a selection because I'm a mood reader. I need to pick something from kind of like each genre type thing. Are you okay there, Jen?
Hmm?
Hmm? Hi.
No, I heard you say my name. I just didn't hear what you asked me.
I said, are you okay there, Jen? Because I
Yeah,
was like,
sorry. I got distracted looking at the thing on my phone.
how dare you?
I know, right? The audacity.
I was just saying that, like, my library is kind of, well,
Yeah.
the main one in Leeds is kind of full of kind of more grandma Mills and Boone type.
Yeah, my library is like that too. The online library is great,
Yeah.
but the physical library, not so much.
The online library is great if they had any feckin' books in. Uh, okay, Chris is saying he's after bed. So, I guess it's time to wrap it up. Yeah. Yeah. 20 past 11. Oh. So, we will be reading a psalm for the Wild Built this month for the
Excellent.
Pleasure Shelf Book Club.
I've been wanting to
For
read
the
that for a while.
for the Akatar Readathon, we are reading Okay, just a sec.
What?
Kenny says hi. The internet friend. Do you want to call say hi? Do you want to show your face on the internet?
No.
No. He does not want to show his face on the internet.
Need a haircut.
You do need a haircut. If you wait like 5 minutes, we're just wrapping up.
Okay.
Do you want to refill this?
Not really.
Please.
I'm alright.
I'll just put lime juice in it. So, yes, and for the month of July and August, we will be reading A Court of Frost and Starlight and A Court of Silver Flames over the course of July and August. Information is in the Discord, which is in the link in the information box down below, because I did it all before, like a genius. Max is the same way. Yeah. Don't show my face! I'm too pretty to be online.
You bastard.
Okay. So, yeah, that's all the things.
All right.
It's time to say goodnight.
It's been fun.
Or good afternoon for Jen. It has been fun. Hope. Yeah, we're keeping on with the string of good books lately. Hope Sam of the Wild Bill is still on the list of good books.
Me
Keep
too.
it going. So, night. Good night, Kenny, and we will see you all later. Bye, everybody.